The early 1980s witnessed a severe global recession triggered by a disruption in global oil supply. Inflation climbed to a new high in several countries, and aid from multilateral funding agencies for developing nations shrunk. Nevertheless, ICICI continued to serve the nation steadfastly. We held the confidence of multilateral institutions and began tapping into international markets on the strength of our stellar track record. Domestically, we also broke new ground by raising funds directly from the public, a first by an Indian financial institution. True to our tradition of serving the ever-evolving needs of Indian corporates, we forayed into the leasing business in 1983. This would enable us to facilitate faster appraisal and disbursement of funds. ICICI became the first all-India term lending institution to commence leasing operations, and we remained the market leader through the decade. The 1980s saw the rise of digital technology. ICICI embraced this revolution. While funding the computerization endeavors of our clients, we took the lead in adopting digital technology in-house too. Our entire client journey, from application to sanction, went online. This improved our operational efficiency, enabled faster decision-making, and better client servicing. We continued to play an active role in setting up institutions that would drive India's progress. When the government decided to restructure financial assistance to the shipping industry, ICICI co-promoted the Shipping Credit and Investment Company of India Limited, or SCICI. SCICI became a name to reckon with in the shipping industry. In the late 80s, we recognized that a robust credit rating agency was a critical prerequisite for a vibrant domestic bond market. Hence, we co-promoted the Credit Rating Information Services of India Limited, or CRISIL. The country's first credit rating agency would go on to become India's leading credit rating agency and an innovative global company that established industry standards. The Indian stock market in the 80s also saw a spurt in volumes. To expedite transfers, ensure safe custody and delivery, and facilitate collections, a specialized agency was envisaged. We co-promoted the Stock Holding Corporation of India Limited and picked up an equity stake in it. In the mid-80s, seed capital funding for technology and research-oriented startups was scarce. With their longer gestation periods and higher risk-return parameters, these enterprises would require novel funding structures. In order to cater to this requirement, ICICI started providing funds to such enterprises in 1984. In 1988, ICICI heralded the birth of venture capitalism in India by co-promoting the Technology Development and Information Company of India, or TDICI, which would go on to become ICICI Venture. Demonstrating foresight, TDICI backed many technology companies which no bank or funding agency of that era was ready to fund. It funded many startups across biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, and information technology. Many of these would go on to introduce path-breaking solutions and become leading global organizations. Beyond funding, new technology startups needed facilities to incubate their ideas. We offered loans and grants for setting up facilities, which were akin to modern-day incubation labs. These science and technology entrepreneurs parks, or STEPs, were set up in collaboration with reputed engineering and technology institutions. While we were serving our country in the 80s with innovative products, we also provided institutional assistance in the form of training and deputing people to development financial institutions in Bhutan, Ghana, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. By the mid-80s, officers from 40 institutions across 30 countries like Brazil, Ecuador and Peru had attended our annual training programs. Over our 35-year journey till 1990, our cumulative financing amounted to over 13,000 crore rupees, comprising over 6,000 crore rupees in foreign currencies and over 7,000 crore rupees in Indian rupee. This assistance was spread over 7,000 projects for more than 3,000 companies.